Now here's Neil Rogers on News Talk Radio 610 WIOD.
We're sorry we're not home right now. We thank you for your call. We are such merry people. We love you one and all. Please leave your name and phone number. We'll call you back with luck. But if you should hang up too soon, go take a flying.
It's an old Eskimo trick of how to catch a polar bear. Now, what you do is you go cut a hole in the ice, right? And then you take little peas and you place them strategically 4 inches apart all the way around the hole, right? And a polar bear will crawl up and he'll look at it in very much curiosity as to what is going on there. Now, when he bends over to take a pee, you kick him in the ice hole.
10:17 at WIOD. We got a mobile in Miami.
How you doing, Neil?
Great.
Big league baseball, football, basketball.
Wow.
Big league town now.
And hockey right on the horizon. Maybe, we hope, we pray, who knows?
I hope so. Neil, I'd love to see you do the announcing for
No
these
chance.
things. Why not?
Never happen.
Why not?
I mean, it's fun to talk about it, but they'll, even if the station gets the games, I'll be given no consideration to do it. There's not a chance in a million.
Let me ask you a question.
I'm too controversial, too many potty mouth words, all that other crap. No, I'm serious. They don't want people like that involved in baseball. They really don't.
Answer a question for me, because this is your profession. How do they go about picking people to do that? Do they do auditions? Do you submit tapes? How does that happen?
Oh yeah, they do auditions. People send in jillions of tapes. And whoever is the biggest jock, of course, they have to have like 2 jocks on a broadcast. Of course, you do understand there would be television and radio.
Right.
And probably not the same people necessarily. I mean, you can go to the bank, Channel 7 will get to TV because they're the only major independent station in the market.
Right.
And they've been just waiting for this day. So
well, you're right, because when you listen to the Yankee games, the people who do the radio are not the people who do it on TV.
Right.
But, listen...
Well, there are some exceptions. I mean, like Harry does 3 innings on radio in Chicago, but generally you're talking different people.
Well, I haven't talked to you in a few months because there's really not much for me to call in for. But I do want to say, with all, seriously, that the first time I ever heard you or heard your voice was when you were doing the UM games, and I was impressed very much then. And I think anybody that heard you years ago doing those games, and I feel this, and it's the truth, that it was the best baseball announcing I had ever heard, and I was amazed.
Enough for the sucking.
Pardon me?
I say there ain't no question about it.
No, it's true, and I remember very clearly that, you used to do this thing with 2 outs, and a guy on non-deck circle, you'd say he would be next, and I thought,
stole that from Harry.
Yeah, but it's great, and it's a shame, because I think you'd be just perfect for the job. I know you'd love to do it.
Yeah.
I mean, you really would, and if
there's no chance. I'm not going to get myself all wound up about it because there is no chance.
Well, I say right now...
I mean, I was going to do that one hurricane game with Hank, and we couldn't even do one lousy hurricane game, and I did those games for 6 years.
Well, you had those tight you-know-whats over at the University of Miami. That's a whole different ballgame. I mean, this is different. And I want to say right now, I want to start the Give Neil a Chance program.
Yeah.
Give Neil a chance. Really?
Yeah.
How about it?
Dream on, sir, as Aerosmith would say, dream on.
Give Neil a chance. That's the key phrase for the day.
Okay, let's start a big write-in campaign.
I'm serious.
Okay.
You see
I'm ready.
People heard you when you're at the University of Miami say the same thing. If it's on merit alone, you got to get the job.
Yeah, but nothing is on... If it was on merit alone, Ralph Kiner and Fran Healy and Legrand Orange wouldn't be doing the Mets games.
Well...
And Bob Murphy, who's been dead for 20 years. Well, so, sports broadcasting ain't on merit anymore. And most of the guys who get in are like ex-jocks. In fact, there are some cities where all the announcers are ex-jocks, which is really pathetic.
Well, do you have any of your old tapes from the University of Miami days?
Yeah.
I'd love to hear some.
I've got every one of them.
I'd love to hear some of them.
Would you?
You did some World Series games.
He could have written a letter home before he tagged him out, and he just dropped the ball right on the bag.
Yeah.
That's fantastic.
Well, that was exciting, wasn't it?
Well, hey, I'm telling you, baseball's hard to get excited about on the radio. And
that's right. Well, that's how you build, sportscasting. I make a big deal out of it because when I was a kid growing up, I was had a fetish listening to Bob Prince and Mel Allen and Red Barber and Harry and all the great ones. But now, mostly what you got are a bunch of jocks who are semi-illiterate and inarticulate and like McCarver. All he wants to do is sit there and second-guess every pitch. I mean, it's boring.
Well,
it's not exciting.
The people upstairs feel that the people out there are getting more from it, which is ridiculous because people who listen to baseball on the radio know baseball.
Yeah.
And I used to go to University of Miami games and leave early and go home and listen to the radio because I enjoyed it as much on the radio. Give Neil a chance.
Okay.
Goodbye.
Thank you. Boy, Major League sucking around there. 21 after 10 at WIOD. We have one open line. It's in Dade County, 751. Go Marlins. It's almost unbelievable, isn't it, that anything good could happen in this godforsaken place? It's like a miracle. And I told you this weeks ago. Nah, Neil's just talking, just flapping his gums. I told you this was a done deal, Miami and Denver.
Score tied 3-3 in the bottom of the 17th. 1 ball and 1 strike. Coombs into the windup in the 1-1 pitch. Swung on, driven deep to right field. You can kiss it goodbye. Oh, baby, did he hit that baby out of sight. He cremated it.
3 balls, 2 strikes. There's a drive. If the wind doesn't hold it up, it'll be gone. It is! Holy cow!
Okay, calm down, Harry. 10:25 at WIOD. Let's go to North Miami Beach.
Good morning, Neil.
Yes, sir.
I just got back from Houston, my hometown. I went in there just to watch the Mets series this weekend.
Nice game last night.
It was great. Well, I didn't get to see the one last night. I saw the first 2 that we blew in the 9th inning. Both.
You realize Houston could have swept the whole series.
Oh, yeah, very easily. They 7 walks in the 9th inning in one game and just gave away the other one, too.
Yeah.
But I mean,
can't complain about the Astros bullpen because they don't have any.
That's right.
They only had one relief pitcher, and they let him go, and we got him in Chicago. Of course, we don't have any chance to bring him in anymore because we're never close enough late in the game.
Well, they played real well, though. They're exciting. I tell you, this Steve Finley may be the next Andy Van Slyke. I mean, that kid plays the outfield with reckless abandon. He's hitting 289 now. He's really come around.
Well, Craig Biggio's okay in my book.
There you go. Next to God, almost.
Yeah.
Him and Nolan Ryan. I was in the Galleria down there, and I was walking by the Dunhill store, and I thought about my favorite talk show host. And I went in there, and I bought you a few Macanudo cigars.
Oh, listen to this.
You were choking on them bad ones.
Listen to this. I was ripping the cigars that Al Goldstein sent the other day, so this morning I get another package from New York, FedEx no less, and I open it up, and it's a whole bunch of White Owl and these cheap De Nobili cigars, and a note in it from Al that says, "This is more your speed, cheap, pathetic rejects from George Burns."
Well, anyway, I went in there and I got them for you, and I got a couple for you and one for George, and I'll get them to you when I can. I don't know when I can get over there. I was going to try to get them to you at Miracle Game, but I'm going to be working late that night. So, but anyway, I thought you'd think you might enjoy them, and I'll get them to you as soon as I can.
You're a great American, sir.
Thanks, Neil.
Thanks. 10:27 at WIOD. We have open line at Dade, 751. Let's go to Miami. Hello.
How you doing?
Okay.
A good idea.
Yeah.
Harry Carey and Neil Rogers calling for the Miami Neelys.
Yeah, right.
Now, you just played that short part of when you were calling one of the games. I'm not a real big baseball fan, but you sounded very good.
So it winds up as a double steal. Shields is 33rd. Carr his 3rd.
Enough of the sucking.
Okay.
Oh, you sounded great.
Yeah.
You sounded great.
I was the
Take
best.
in consideration.
I am the best.
Yes. And let me ask you something. I have another question before I go. I'll be honest with me. Would you prefer calling baseball games or doing what you're doing now? Let's be honest.
How long do I have to think about that?
Well, by 11 o'clock.
I could give you an answer in about 6 seconds.
So what's the answer?
Baseball. Not even close.
All right. Also,
see, if this were a different kind of town, I mean, like after days like yesterday. Did you listen to this show yesterday?
No, I was working. I'm working.
Well, everybody else was working yesterday too. I wouldn't wish that show yesterday on Billy Martin, okay, or anybody. I mean, it was just the most. Every Monday in this town is like talking into a vacuum tube. I could have a more intelligent conversation with my dogs than I often do than I have on Mondays here.
Normally, I listen to you at lunch, but yesterday, for some reason, I couldn't. It was raining outside. I couldn't get to my car. Before I go, this weekend I'm going to New Orleans. Have you ever been there?
Oh, don't do it. What a smarmy, crappy place.
Well, I heard it smells this time of the year.
Do you are you a big drinker?
Johnny Walker Red.
No, I'm not asking you what you drink, but I mean, are you a big booze hound? If you are, you'll love New Orleans. If you're not a drunk, there's nothing to do there. It's a crappy town.
Well, what I was trying to do is see if by any chance you've gone there to eat, if you could recommend any kind
No, because I haven't been eating for the last year or so.
Oh. No, I'm going there for the...
That sounds funny, doesn't it? I haven't been eating. I mean, I haven't been eating in restaurants. Yeah, the food there is great. If you want to eat, you want to drink, that's a place to do it.
Oh, okay. I'm working at
just as long as you don't go outside. Just as long as you don't walk around. What a sleazy,
really?
smarmy, dumb place that is. I mean, dumb is the operative word.
He says it smells about this time of the year. He says don't walk alone.
Yeah, from February through November, it stinks pretty bad there.
He says don't walk alone. I didn't think...
That's the best advice he ever gave you. Don't walk alone.
Really?
In fact, just stay in a hotel. Maybe they got good room service.
Well, we're supposed to have a party Saturday night at Hog's Head Saloon.
That's New Orleans, all right. Hog's Head Saloon.
All right,
yeah,
Neil.
You got it.
I hope to hear you announcing for the Miami baseball team soon.
Okay, don't walk alone.
Bye-bye.
See ya. We should play And You'll Never Walk Alone by Tony Bennett or somebody. Oh, what a horrible city that is. There's an open line in Dade, 751-MUNG, 751-WIOD, Fort Lauderdale.
Hey, Neil, how you doing?
Great.
I just got a couple requests for Wayne Huizenga if he's listening.
Yes, sir?
Number one, please name the team after Miami and not South Florida.
Yeah, it's Miami Marlins.
Yeah, well, I don't even like I don't like Marlins.
Well, listen, I mean, it's better than the Panthers. It's better than anything else that they've been tossing around.
Definitely. I like the Makos myself. Miami Makos sounded pretty good.
The what?
Miami Makos? Mako Sharks?
Makos?
Yeah. You never heard of a Mako?
Yeah, but that's pretty weak.
Well.
It's pretty borderline, like on the edge.
Well, Marlins and Dolphins is too close to me. And Miami definitely. South Florida, naming it after a region is don't cut it. And the other request is please do not give it the colors after the Dolphins. Give it another color. Come up with something new. Dolphins have a weak color, and I don't think it will look good on
How about maroon with purple polka dots or something?
No, actually, I was thinking more like taking after the Florida State Seminole color.
Oh, they got ugly uniforms.
Garnet and gold? No, I guess.
Nah, they got ugly. I mean, the colors may be okay, but their uniforms are really ugly.
Oh, yeah, they have a couple ugly ones. They got a couple nice ones. Same with Miami Hurricanes. Bad uniforms, a couple nice ones.
No, they don't have bad uniforms. Hurricanes?
They got a couple good ones, like the away uniform, the gray one that says Miami across it's nice, and the white one that says Hurricanes across it.
Yeah.
But the one with the orange shirt.
Oh, no, I agree. Those are gross.
Yeah, those are terrible.
Those are like something Charlie Finley would come up with.
Yeah, but that's a couple requests that maybe Wayne, if he's listening, can think about.
Okay.
Thanks, Neil.
See ya. We love you, Wayne. Not Wayne Arnold. Well, we love him, too. By the way, he was in here with some more cigars this morning, some good ones, the ones we like, since we're very choosy. And when they're free, we want them to be good. And he lost 23 pounds, Wayne Arnold. How do you like that? Because I jumped all over his case and I talked about what a fat slob he'd become. I couldn't tell. And he got hysterical. You can't tell? You still look pretty damn fat to me, Wayne. Cut it out. Here's a lady in Miami. Hello. She's gone?
Hello.
Oh, there you are. Boy, I was in
Miami
a cold
Beach?
sweat. Well, that's close enough.
Hello.
Yes, ma'am.
I happen to be a long-time listener and a first time that I managed to get through to you.
Wow.
Neil, I wonder if you know how popular you are as far as being the one to broadcast the games.
Well, I think I'm in. I think it's a lock.
Well, I'm really seriously thinking of a write-in campaign, but I mean a really...
Well, we don't even know which station is going to get it. Suppose WINZ gets the rights to the games. Of course, if Channel 7 gets the TV rights, I'm right next door here to Channel 7. They're my best buddies over there.
Oh, I know. They must love you because you
Rick
speak so highly
Sanchez
of
and
them.
Sally and Penny, they're my buddies over there.
Now, I'm really serious, though. If you listened to Hank last night or you caught any part of his show, you'd be surprised how many people called in, not sucking up for you, but really to suggest you doing the color.
I only heard a couple of minutes of Hank last night in the car, and somebody was suggesting that he should do the games with Bob Costas. And, of course, if Bob Costas gets the game, I will personally go over there and shoot him because he's the biggest twerp that ever set foot on the face of the earth. Costas isn't interested in doing games. He just wants to make himself the focal point, just like during the NBA. Him and, what's his name, are doing all these stupid things, shooting baskets. Nobody cares about whether Bob Costas is shooting baskets or not. You know, it's
Pat Riley,
yeah. Bunch of crap.
You're right.
People want to see it always bothers me when these ex-jocks or little twerps like Costas, who isn't even an ex-jock, when they want to focus the attention on themselves rather than the game. That's the big mistake they make. Nobody gives a damn about Bob Costas.
You're right.
It's a twerp.
And I'm a real sports fanatic, and I cannot thank you enough for all the hours of pleasure you gave me when you broadcast the UM baseball game.
Well, that's when those hurricane broadcasts were exciting, if I do say so myself.
They really were.
Yeah.
And you're being
not as exciting as Joe
controversial is a plus.
Zagacki, but...
No, really, the fact that you are so controversial, I think, is a plus. I think it'll draw twice as many listeners.
Well, we don't want somebody who's boring and terminal. We want somebody who will make it exciting and lively and, even if it is boring, they'll make it exciting.
No, that's why we want Neil Rogers.
Right, okay.
All right.
I'm ready. My bags are packed.
Okay.
Incredible.
That's what I said.
The infield 1-0 pitch inside. Almost hit Rona with that one. It's 2-0, and Ryder having his control problems, and the crowd is not happy.
I guess it sounds like I'm campaigning for it. There's not a chance it's going to happen, okay? There's no chance. So I don't want people to think I'm on here campaigning to get the job. It's not even a done deal yet. The owners have to approve the cities, and then there will be a frantic bidding war. And see, the thing with this station is because WSB in Atlanta, one of our sister stations owned by the Cox sisters, has the Braves and has had for years. And evidently either loses or doesn't make any money on it. Well, that's their problem, okay? I can't help it that they're stupid up there. That's not my problem. So they're not real enthused about getting baseball here. From what I understand, that's the rumor. I could be wrong. Hopefully, I'm wrong.
There's a lady in town. She's an Orthodox Jew. And she needs to buy bread that is unleavened. But it's late, and she knows that the stores are all closed. And she really needs to make a sandwich. And she's buying bread at 7-Eleven. And the bread is wonder.
10:55.
Can hear. Riva really got to feel very embarrassed on that one as he had the ball waiting for Carr. Carr was he wasn't sliding, conceding being out, and Riva dropped it right at the bag.
Drop this. Okay, we have an open line in Palm Beach, 655 WIOD, Coral Springs. I hear a deadly silence on that line, don't you? That is the deadest sounding line. Is there somebody on it? Oh, listen to that.
Hello?
Yes, sir.
You there?
We catch you a little short?
Neil.
Yeah.
I'm sorry. There's a customer came and walked out. I said I'd chance it.
Hey, listen, the way things are now, don't pass up any customers, sir, believe me, the way this economy is.
That was ignorant, but I was playing both
That's
sides
okay.
of the thing here.
Timing was great.
Hey, Neil, now, you have to stand up for yourself now. You
Right. I
this.
want it, and I want it now.
Well, say you want it. Make sure you want it.
I do want it.
Okay.
Enough of the sucking.
Yeah, I want it.
Don't wimp out of this one now.
Hey, listen, I've been saying I want it for years, and it never accomplished much.
I mean, this might be the last Raw you have before you're,
Before I go to that big talk show booth in the sky, that's right.
This is it.
I want it.
So,
this station, let me say it right now. Let me put it right on the table. If this station gets Major League Baseball, and I'm not included as one of the announcers, I'm walking.
But don't sit
right downstairs
back.
to get my check on the way out so I can come back the next morning.
Don't sit back. Do all this yelling and stuff like you usually do. Yell about it and complain and, make them...
But we don't even have the thing yet. Don't you understand?
Yeah, it doesn't matter. Start whining now. Then they'll get the point.
Yeah, that's right.
And the colors, they're going to definitely be the same as Dolphins.
Yeah, they're going to be a variation on the same team. I don't see on the same theme. I don't see anything wrong with that because it's kind of fits in with the stadium.
It has to fit with the stadium.
Well, you see, you got all these people who are just belly aching. Well, the colors aren't going to be right. We don't like the team's name. We don't even know for sure what it is yet. But see, that bothers me. This should be the most exciting week, one of the most exciting moments in the history of this entire godforsaken Yahoo town, and we still got all these people, well, they should be this, it should be that, the color should be pink with yellow polka dots. Who cares, as long as we got it, right?
The stadium is great.
great.
The stadium is the best. It is state-of-the-art. It's comfortable. It's beautiful. It's magnificent. It's impeccable. It's in a great location. You drive right... I mean, I've heard of drive-through fast food places, but who ever heard of a drive-through stadium? You drive right in there.
Oh, I live in Coral Springs. This is a piece of cake on the phone.
Exactly.
And it is so nice. I mean, coming from Three River Stadium in Pittsburgh, that was a pain getting in and out.
Yes, sir.
This is like, this is great.
You
Can't
bet.
have any better than this.
Okay.
All right.
I want it, sir.
Okay.
And I want it now.
Take me out to the ball game. Take me out to the crowd. Buy me some peanuts and cracker jacks. I don't care if I ever get back, so it's root for the home team. They don't win, it's a shame. So it's 1, 2, 3 strikes, you're out of the old ball game. You're out.
Okay.
Hey, Neil. I'm the guy you love to rip on. I'm Miami's own, Scotty Mack.
Carr at third, Shields at second, nobody out. Infield drawn way in. Here's the stretch and the 2-0 to Rona. Swing and a fly ball well hit to left. Manson going back at the fence, and it is gone.
Holy cow! 11:15 at WIOD. Let's go to Hollywood. Hello.
Hey, Neil, what about all this baseball fever?
Yeah,
That's
you sound
great.
pretty excited about it.
It's great.
Yeah.
Hey, speaking of baseball, okay, got one for you here. What do you do with an elephant with 3 balls?
Send him to Ripley, I guess. 11:15 at WIOD. Throw him another one high and outside. We have an open line in Broward, 524-9463. Opalaka.
I'm mad as hell.
And you're not going to take it anymore, and I don't blame you. Stand up for your
rights.
rights.
A little while ago said that the Spanish discovered America. There were people living here when he showed up. All he did was introduce plague, pestilence, etc.
I bet you he's never even been in Columbus.
Well, yeah, I think it makes me crazy when I hear that the Spanish...
Oh, listen, sir, all this ethnic crap, I mean, forget about it, okay? Baseball, there will be everybody. There will be Anglos and Cubans and blacks and whites and greens and purples and Jews and Goyim. And there will be all kinds of people, young and old and in between, having a great time.
Can hardly wait. We need to mount a campaign to get you on this announcer.
Yes, sir.
And Richard is a douchebag.
Enough of the sucking.
Have a great day, sir.
Take care.
Okay. 11:16 on the Voice of the Marlins, 610 WIOD. Let's just pretend like we already got it. Kind of your news, weather, traffic, and Marlins and Dolphins station, and just general fishing around, WIOD. They've already got that news, weather, and traffic up there on the marquee out in front. Let's get Dumberto to put Marlins station up there and see if we get a little rise out of somebody, okay? Come on, Dumberto. We got enough letters in the thing yet? Go on out there and put it up. Could be his last act, though.
That's my opinion. I'm Mike Disney.
We're having a great day. Everybody's in a wonderful mood. The phones are blazing. We're actually getting people with IQ bigger than their jock size calling in. And George tells me, not only am I choking on that cheap cigar from Al Goldstein, George tells me that it's pouring cats and dogs again. This is getting old, man. It is getting ponderous. God, every stinking day. And our weather people, they lie like hell. I'll tell you that. This is getting so ponderous, I can't even describe it. Boynton Beach.
Morning, Neil.
Is it raining by you?
No, it's not. It's cloudy, but it's not raining.
Well, just wait.
I know. It happened to me yesterday afternoon. I got it about 3 hours after you all did.
You got it about 3 hours after we did, huh?
Yeah.
Well, that's interesting.
Hopefully you got it early. But
we want it.
Couple of things. I'm going to change the subject before I say something I might have to admit to later.
Okay.
First, a couple of things. First of all, in the dreaded Palm Beach Post this morning, there was an article. There was a series of questions and answers about the team.
Have they discovered we're getting it yet up there? Or?
Yeah, we actually did, and it made the front page, too.
Good work for them. That's Cox newspapers for it. They're on top of it.
They mentioned that the team colors were probably going to be aqua, white, and some other, as they put it, warm color, whatever that means.
Yeah, like puce.
Right.
Uh-huh.
Also, that the thing about spring training, that they said that Huizinga has some land near Joe Robbie Stadium that they're speculating they think he might use it.
Oh, you mean they would be here?
Yeah.
That would be incredible. This would be the only team that had spring training in the same area where they play. That would be amazing.
It'd save him some money. He'd
God,
probably do it.
Wouldn't that be great? And maybe if he wants to be real nice, if he's got a little change left over, he can build a big arena for the hockey team up there and for the Heat.
That's right. And finally, in closing, my nominations for broadcasters, including yourself, and someone who has not been mentioned lately, who will be available in that year,
Yeah.
Ernie Harwell.
Oh, great.
How does that sound? Neil and Ernie.
Fantastic. That would be tremendous.
All right. Well, that's about all I have.
Thank you, sir. You're a great American.
Okay. Bye-bye.
1126 at WIOD. In fact, we could one of our sponsors could be Brick Oven because they already have the big Ernie and the big Neil. We have an open line in Palm Beach, 655 WIOD. Let's go to Miami. Hello.
Hello, Neil.
Yes, sir.
What's
Welcome
up?
to the
How you
Voice
doing?
of the Marlins, sir.
Hey, how you doing? Congratulations on your new job.
Yeah, I can't wait to start. We're going to do a mock game tonight just to get practice.
Hey, I'm a first-time caller. I'm 21. My brother got me hooked on a show about 2 months ago. I really enjoy it. I'm trying to get my friends to listen to it. They love it. They love the cat noises.
They do love it.
They love it.
How about the show? They love that too, I bet.
They like that too.
Well,
I'm
that's
glad
good.
to see that young people listen to your show.
Millions of them, jillions of them, and you're one of those who admits to it.
One of the lucky ones. Hey, let me tell you, all this crap about the colors, who cares?
Exactly. Now, here's our kind of caller. Here's a guy who's got the right altitude, man.
Dude, the color could be puke and fluorescent orange. I don't care. I'll still be out there going, whoo, man.
Wait a minute. Puke and fluorescent orange. That sounds pretty good.
I like it myself.
Yeah. How about the colors?
Hey, that guy with the sign.
Yeah.
Yeah, you keep ragging on me, huh?
No,
That guy with
no, it's just part of life, sir. It's just part of whatever we're doing here, just to go with the flow.
Hey, you know that guy that called about the electronic sign with the numbers and all that?
Yeah.
At least in my part of town, I know that the jerks would be racing to see who could get the biggest number on the screen.
Exactly.
So.
Well, they're always comparing big numbers in that part of town. So far, they're only up to about a 4, I think.
No, 3.
Wow.
Okay, so, I just want to tell you to keep up the good work, and, I'll be watching you soon on TV.
Okay.
Okay?
We're ready.
All right.
See ya.
Later.
Okay, it's a done deal. We're doing it. Now, the question is, should we rip off Harry? Should I do the games like Harry and steal all of his stuff? That would be Bush League, but it would be a lot of fun, though. 7th inning stretch. Can you see it? Only one problem. I'd have to start drinking heavily, I guess. 28 after 11 at WIOD. Palm Beach, look at that. Well, I'm not going to chew them out because they probably can't even hear us. Is it really raining bad again? Like a deluge from hell, George said. He said it's just coming down in buckets.
I think it stopped.
But it may have stopped briefly, okay, just long enough to give you a false sense of security. These weather people in this town. Did you hear the thing they did to Telepole yesterday, I think it was, in the morning? And one of the guys, great calls, by the way. One guy was ripping traffic patrol, was absolutely right on target about how they got no clue what's going on. And another guy was ripping our weather in the morning with Bob Soper that's been recorded from like 6 years ago on Purim. You're right, sir. We haven't got any idea what the hell the weather is. We just have like 6 different carts, and we play eeny, meeny, miny, and schmo and pick whichever color looks good. Look at that. The star line even dropped off at Star IOD. I should have known. We had a tremendous start, and it's going to peter off. Fort Lauderdale.
How you doing, Neil?
Great.
What the hell is Tampa Bay worried about?
Hey, screw them.
Getting a damn hockey team.
Screw them. That's right. They want everything over there. They're lucky they got like high-button shoes over there.
Jesus, that's all I see now.
What a bunch of greedy bastards. Oh, they're crying in their beer. Too bad.
Jeez.
Screw them.
You get it one thing at a time here,
When's the last time you were over there?
Oh, jeez.
It's such a Yahoo place, It's strictly a blue-collar, Neanderthal kind of what the hell else are we going to do kind of place.
Went to
Screw
a
'em.
bear game, bear-buck game, football, but that was like 8 years ago.
That stadium of theirs, too, boy, that's a real piece of work, isn't it? Looks like a block of cement that somebody dropped out of the sky.
Kind of funny shaped,
Yeah.
Anyway,
stadium, too.
What's with this 3-plane coverage? Where the hell are these planes when they're calling in, It's, that guy had a good point there.
Tampa. Yeah.
I wonder why, because I just...
They're given like stuff that's going on the Crosstown Expressway in Tampa and I-4 and 75. They don't know what's going on here.
Listen, in closing,
Yes, sir?
I have a spy report on Green Alligator. He still hasn't crossed the finish line yet.
And he's now down to 7-5. They're plunging their guts out.
All right, take care.
You too.
610 WIOD.
Esta es el show de la mañana con Neil Rogers. Esta es su cerebro. ¿Tienes preguntas?
Enough of the sucking.
22 till noon at WIOD, where it's raining cats and logs. By the way, the lovely Maria Gennaro of Channel 6 Weather is doing the weather this week because what's his name, Mark McEwen, is on vacation on CBS Morning News. And she's doing a great job. I have a feeling she may not come back. She's a little bit too good for us.
2 balls, 2 strikes, 2 outs. Cubs 1 out away from their 6th in a row. The pitch. Hey, struck him out. Cubs win. Cubs win. They win their 6th in a row. Asemacher picks up his first save.
I can't believe that.
There's a drive way back. It might be. It could be a grand slam. Holy cow. Sean Dunston, 9th home run of the year.
Well, you know, those are all from the distant past. It's 11:54 at WIOD, Boynton Beach.
Boy, that's a shame about Tampa, huh?
Yeah, that's a rough break, isn't it? I'm gonna lose a lot of sleep over that this weekend.
Yeah, they had their nickname, the Rednecks picked out.
The Yahoos.
Big night over there is Crystal in the ABC Lounge.
That's it.
I think that's where your buddy from Lakeland's working now.
I hope so.
How about resurrecting his laugh today for all the people of Tampa area?
Oh, geez, this sounds like a request to me. You know, it's sir. Could be wrong. Maybe I'm prejudging, but it sounds like it's bordering right on the edge of something. I don't know where the hell it is.
Play Bill Marshall in.
Huh?
Play Bill Marshall.
Like I said, let's not get carried. What is that? Did he get cut off? Good. I think somebody's punishing him. He sounded like he had a real crappy phone and he got cut off. Okay. It's 11:55 at WIOD. We have an open line in Palm Beach, 655. And, of course, we know that my good friends in the press, like Bill Cosford at the Herald and my good buddy Tom Jick at the Sun Sentinel, are going to be campaigning now that it looks almost definite we got the team. They're going to be writing big articles saying Neil Rogers and Hank should be doing those games. Get them on those broadcasts. Right, Tom? Yeah. I'm holding my breath.
It's the 1 to 2 hour.
He's back, and he's stalking a psycho who wants to make the Chicago Cubs pennant contenders. Clint Eastwood is Dirty Harry Carey.
Hello, everybody. This is Harry Carey with Steve Stone, and the Cubs are getting the beat out of them today.
Clint Eastwood gives a Hall of Fame performance as the legendary Cubs broadcaster. There's action.
The pitch. Strike at the... He threw that ball right past Clark.
Suspense.
It might be. It could be. It is a home run.
Romance.
Oh, look at the on that broad, Steve. Holy cow.
Clint Eastwood is Dirty Harry Carey. Coming to a theater near you.
107 at WIOD. We're having a little celebration here. We got baseball. We got peanuts and popcorn and Cracker Jacks and hot dogs and White Hots and whatever else, okay? And probably 50 million gallons of Bud. Lauderdale Lakes.
Yeah, hi, Neil. How you doing?
Great.
I had lots of things I wanted to tell you, but I sat on hold for so long I forgot. I just wanted to say that I've been listening for about a week now, every day, so the first time calling. I wanted to call yesterday and try to lift your spirits a little, but I didn't get in because I would get off work around 4 when you're already done. But I just wanted to say that I want to call this guy I know, Greg White. He's a major douchebag.
No question about it, sir.
If you knew him, you'd call him a douchebag also. But also yesterday I heard you call a guy named Bill Marshall, and you were describing him a little bit about, I don't know, he sounded like a real jerk.
Do you know him?
I know a guy named Bill Marshall, and he sort of fit the description. What's he like? What does he look like? Does he work at Costas Food Lines? Is it the same guy?
That's him.
Huh?
That was him. You just heard.
Oh, that was him.
Yeah.
There's nobody important like it, because I know a guy named Bill Marshall, and he's a major douchebag.
Well, that's the guy.
He's a condescending moron.
Slimeball.
You know it. You must know the guy.
Yeah.
You must know the guy.
Long
But
brain.
I'm going to be listening for a while. Hope we get baseball. That'd be a great thing.
We got it, sir. It's a lock. Go to the bank on it. Bet your life savings on it.
My roommate said that he saw an article last week that it said that they were going to stop the expansion.
Tell your roommate that he and Bill Marshall got a lot in common.
I'm going to tell him. I'll call him now a douchebag. Randy, you're a douchebag.
Okay, sir. Great call. Believe me, for the first time, this was an emotional experience for both of us.
I think you're right.
See ya.
I think you're right.
Okay,
Take care. Bye.
Bye. Wow. It's getting too hot to handle in here, I'll tell you that. North Miami and a Broward line.
Hey, Neil, just one thing we have to let Mr. Hazinga know.
Yeah.
No senior citizen days at the ballpark.
Uh-huh.
No early bird specials at the ballpark.
Better idea. We could have like a special section for them on the outside.
And with you announcing and Wayne Arnold's hot dogs, what more could you ask
Be like
for?
dying and going to heaven.
What a day.
Yes, sir.
Mike Webster, you're still a douchebag no matter what.
Okay.
Later.
Thanks. Boy, see what I mean? There's a classic example. There's a guy yesterday, first of all, he wouldn't have even bothered calling. And if he did call, he would have been all bummed out and depressed and psychotic. He calls in today. You can just hear the excitement in his vocal cords. You can hear him just practically feeling the change. There's an open line in the center square. That, of course, is ringing as we speak now. Boy, this is just, you could knock me over with a feather duster, with a Hoover. 114, we better do this mobile. Hello.
Hey, Neil, how you doing?
Pretty good.
Listen, I got a spy report for you.
Yes?
Yes, concerning the bird, Glenn Hill.
Yeah?
He's going to be on the other radio station Sunday night at, I think about 10 o'clock or something like that, and he promises to tell all the dirty smut about you.
Isn't that great?
Did you know that or not?
I couldn't give a crap less.
Okay, I just wondered because, maybe some of your listeners could just say what they thought of him. But
or probably just ignore it like most of the rest of us will.
Is there a lot of dirty smut that we don't know?
Oh, sure, about him, too.
About him, too?
Yeah.
Okay, I just didn't know whether you knew or not. But,
couldn't give a crap less, sir, and I'm glad that Steve got you to call. Is this a celebrity call?
Hello, Neil.
Yeah.
You ever been to St. Louis?
Have I ever been there?
Yeah.
Yes.
You like St. Louis?
No.
Don't like St. Louis. Okay, well, I was born and raised in St. Louis, which means...
It's a lie. I am not a Nazi.
Oh, don't start with that. Now, wait, listen. I'm talking about baseball.
It's the man with the cap, ladies and gentlemen, and I don't mean the Marlins cap.
I was fortunate enough to grow up in a town that had two Major League Baseball teams.
Yes,
we had
sir,
the
the
St.
Browns.
Louis Cardinals, the St. Louis Browns. I mean, they were not really pennant winners a whole lot. They had one World Series in my memory, which was 1946, and I was just a little kid. I was 7, 8 years old, whatever. But trying to explain the relationship that develops between a community and a Major League Baseball team to somebody who has never experienced that is like trying to talk about Beatlemania to somebody who never lived through it. You just can't do it because there's an emotional tie there that is just beyond words. And unlike football, which is once a week every Sunday afternoon or Monday night or whatever, this happens almost on a daily basis. And you can plug in, plug out, get involved to whatever degree you feel is appropriate. And it's just great. And I think the guy who really deserves an awful lot of credit, well, the guy obviously is Heisinger. He's putting, $125 million on the line here before it's all said and done.
Right.
And you can take $125 million, put it in the bank, and live very happily forever after on the interest. So he's really sticking his neck out 8 miles. And when you look at the fact that a year and a half ago, we didn't have a snowball's chance in hell of having a Major League Baseball team, and now we're locked. It looks like it's going to happen for sure. That's a big turnaround in a pretty short time frame.
Did you hear what Rick and Suds did, or did you hear what Udell did?
Boy, you are just worked up like you're like an alarm clock.
Well, I'm
wound
happy.
up.
I am thrilled. I am happy.
Like
I
a
hope
spring.
I hope that everybody who has had somewhere in their background the opportunity to share what can happen when you have a Major League Baseball franchise in your community is as pleased and thrilled and excited about the possibility as I am, because it's just great.
It is great.
Yeah.
It's the best thing that's happened here since the mix.
Thank you, Neil. That's Mix 105.
Oh, gee, don't start now. Don't get carried away. Johnny Dark will be in here and knock us off the air.
I know you're a big baseball fan. I was talking to Greg Udell about it. He's a big baseball fan. I'm a big baseball fan, so I just wanted to share that with you.
Thank you, Rick.
Okay.
Get a new hat.
Have a good one.
See ya.
Bye.
Wow. Just wound up as tight as a drum, as a snare drum, wasn't he? Man. Just on and on.
That's the kind of stuff that we strive for.
I know. 118 at WIOD. That was the real Ricky Ticky, ladies and gentlemen. Man, just flowing it out. Of course, he's not allowed to say much over there anymore, so. All these FM guys, when they really have something to say, which isn't often, but they come right here to do it. Cutler Ridge.
Neil.
Yeah.
First, I want to call myself a major douchebag.
Uh-huh. Now you're going to prove it to us.
Yesterday, I called and I cut myself off.
Yeah.
But first, I wanted...
Did it hurt?
Huh?
Did it hurt?
Oh, man. It did it. But this Bad Boy Club, the other day you had a caller wanted to know what these stickers were, the Bad Boy Club.
Mm-hmm. Sounds like a bunch of yahoos to me.
Well,
I could be wrong, but that's what it sounds
Well,
like.
they're not a bunch of yahoos. You know these little lowriders and stuff that they go around in?
Yeah, they got a little rebel flag on their thing.
Yeah, and they got another one called Salty Dog.
Oh, yeah.
I wonder if that's any
I've seen a few of those.
something like saltpeter, or I don't know. Guess I shouldn't have said that. But, no, that's, and like with the hair, the caller after said something about the hair, and now you call it a porcupine tail.
Yeah.
I cut mine off. I had one of those for a while.
Yeah, exactly. Then you outgrew it. You stopped being so
It's
childish.
just a phase you go through.
Exactly. Like if you're about 10, it's okay.
Well, I did it for the girls.
And they like that?
Oh, they love it.
Yeah, but the problem is they were 10 too.
They what?
I said the problem is they were like 10 or 11 too. That's a problem.
No. But yeah, and you know,
what do they like about that? It gives them something to grab onto. Is that it?
Well, no. Well, that's not a throw with me because they got plenty to grab onto.
I'm sure of that. Yeah.
I take care of that part, but it's just for the look. You know. So
well, maybe they got bad eyesight.
I don't know. But first of all, last of all.
Last in closing.
Right. That I hope this team, hope it works out. I hope it does as good as the Braves are doing right now.
Yes, sir.
And I'm glad to hear that you're following the Braves now. And
what do you mean I'm following the Braves now? When did I say that?
Well, because now you're always talking good about them. And
well, because they're playing great. I try to be honest. I love the Cubs, but they suck, okay? That don't mean I don't love them and I don't watch them and get heartburn and hysterical, but you got to be honest, sir.
One thing I'd like to see is Harry Carey come over here and do ours.
Now you're talking.
Now, that would be good.
Well, let's take up a collection, okay? If we get enough Budweiser and get enough money, we can do it.
And little thing from the archives, just want to tell you, you know, them douchebags out there.
How are you talking about?
Okay. And
in closing.
Bye.
See ya. Wow. Talk about a multifaceted call that just had everything from A to Z, from soup to nuts, if we can say that. Okay, 21 till 2. Let's go to Miami. Hello.
Hi, Neil.
Yes, sir.
First-time caller.
Great.
And, well, I don't want to schmooze around, but I do have a request.
Enough of the sucking.
Yeah.
Right. I'm trying to record the cartridge from Nancy and Ron Reagan from Frank Sinatra, but every time you play it, I'm in the car. And on my day off...
Every time I play, you're in the shower?
In the car.
Oh.
And so I cannot record, and I was just wondering if you can squeeze that in.
What, do you mean Frankie Panky? Is that the one?
No, where he records about Nancy. Yeah, Frankie Panky.
Well, what do you mean no?
Yeah, that's the one.
Are you sure?
Yeah.
Because I got it right now.
You do?
I'm ready to do it for you, but if it's the wrong one, that's the end of this, you know?
I bet you have the right one.
Yeah. You sure? Have you got your thing going?
It's going.
Okay.
Thanks a lot.
Don't do it again, though.
Okay.
One time per life per customer.
Sounds good.
See ya. You think is this the one he wants?
Bio Records presents Old Blue Eyes on an unauthorized new album called Frankie Panky.
When I'm around her, she just can't say no. That's why the First Lady has a tramp.
Yes, Frank Sinatra is back, and this time he's in the Lincoln bedroom.
And now your end is near. And so I draw the bedroom curtain.
Frank Sinatra, the legend, the lech.
Ron and Nancy, one was napping while the others antsy.
This album is so hot, even the Reagans are smoking.
Doobie, doobie, doo. Doobie, doobie.
You'll get bitchcraft. It was a very good rear. And of course...
And then you go and spoil it all by marrying someone stupid like Ron Reagan. Let me see your moon and let me send away the guards.
You'll get a kick out of Frankie Panky.
Available now on Busybody Records and Tapes.
I did her my
Well, I left a little space there at the end because he's taping it, and I don't want to, like, jump right in there. Who knows what maybe he's playing it on another radio station. We don't want to jump on it. Hi, Aaliyah.
How you doing?
Great.
I'm on a mobile, and
Yeah?
I hate people who drive in Hialeah. The douchebag that designed Hialeah is an asshole.
Yeah. Well, listen, they can't even figure out what the names of the streets are. What the hell do you want?
They had to renumber them. Give me a break.
Like 49th is 103rd, and 102nd is 100 and... who the hell knows what it is? It's a bunch of crap is what it is, sir.
Yeah, it sure is.
Except for the
Listen,
racetrack.
I got a solution. We can get this team together here.
Yeah.
All we got to do is get all these Eastern Airlines machinists and draft them and start working them out.
Okay. We
It'll
can call
take
them...
a while because
Or we can get some of those airline pilots. We can call it the Miami Pilots.
Yeah, that's
Nobody's using that name anymore.
That's true. All That was it.
Okay.
I just wanted to call the designer of Highly Odd Douchebag.
See ya. Boy. Hey, listen, they were the Seattle Pilots. I like Pilots better than Mariners. Mariners sound like a bunch of old seafaring Cape Cod curmudgeon like old farts, you know? Those old salty, nasty, surly guys with that Ricky Ticky cap. Did you hear that call, by the way? You didn't hear Ricky Ticky's call? He was wound up like an alarm clock in heat about the baseball thing, and about how he grew up in St. Louis in the 1820s. And, oh, man, just on and on and on and on. He got to say more here in 3 minutes than he gets to say over there in like 5 years. Let's go to Pembroke Pines. Hello.
Mr. Rogers.
Yes, sir.
Hope you in South Florida appreciate what the Godfather has given you now.
Yeah, we do.
Okay. Now, we know there's a couple of concessions have to be made. It will be named Miami Mafia, and he will control the concessions.
The Capo de Frutti Tutti, yeah. There's a Tutti
below
Frutti.
200 will sleep with the fish.
Okay. We got it.
Yes.
143 at WIOD. We have an open line in Broward. 524. Tom Hagen is back. Let's go to North Miami Beach.
Neil.
Yeah.
This is the guy that sent you the mung beans a few weeks ago.
Oh, yeah. They were delicious.
Yeah, I'm sure.
Mm-hmm.
Joey Reynolds.
Fed them to those toads in my backyard. They're just all laying on their back taking a long rest.
Joey Reynolds Spy Report.
Uh-huh.
This afternoon, 4:30.
Yeah.
WSRF.
Oh, today's the day, huh?
With special guest Sam Friedman.
Zamfir?
Zamfar.
Who is Sam Friedman? Who the hell is that?
Another strange...
washed up old fart?
There you go.
I am that hemorrhoid. Yeah.
That sounds like it. But
yeah.
Today is the day, 4:30, the big show.
Okay. I'll be listening with bated breath.
I'm sure. Me too.
I'll get my certs out just in case.
Okay.
Thanks for the warning, sir.
Yes, sir.
Okay, speaking of radio celebrities who get to say very little while they're pumping out all those cornball hits.
You bet.
Yeah.
I had to call and tell you about this thing about Larry King.
You know, before you tell me, you know the thing I like about Joey Reynolds the most, though?
What? He's bloody stupid! Well, anyway, this morning I was driving to work. You can't get CNN up in Coral Springs at 4 o'clock, so I was listening to Larry.
Why not?
The signal's lousy. You can't get it.
CNN? Oh, you mean CNN radio?
Yeah, INZ.
Oh, God.
I like to keep informed before going on the air, you know. But anyway.
When I used to work at INZ doing nights, I would drive, going home to Pembroke Lakes, I would drive up the road to Pembroke Road, which is like about a mile away. I couldn't hear the station.
That's depressing. That's like working at surf.
Yeah. Boy, is he going to be a monster over there.
Well, anyway, last night Larry had Dave Barry on.
That's what I heard, Mr. Hysteria.
Yeah, right. And they were chuckling it up, and somebody called from Miami, and he had to dump him. And a couple of calls later, someone called from Fort Lauderdale and said that must have been Neil Rogers.
Oh, yeah.
And then Larry, what a phony this guy is. Larry goes, Neil Rogers, is he still on radio? And
nothing to do with that.
Yeah. And Dave says, oh, yeah, he's on IOD down there. He's doing a talk show. He goes, in Miami? Because I thought Neil was in Fort Lauderdale. And Dave says, well, Larry, it's the same market, as if he didn't know.
Yeah.
And then he said, Neil, I haven't seen him in years. I wouldn't know him if I saw him.
Well, I'm the only guy who weighs 8,000 pounds in town, so I'd probably stand out.
Well, no, here's the thing. Talk about contradictory. Just before he said that, he said, the last time I saw Neil was at Pompano Harness Track. And then he proceeded to say, I wouldn't know him if I saw him.
Yeah.
So,
well, the interesting part of it is I've never seen Larry at Pompano Harness Track, and, of course, he doesn't know anything about this show.
Hi, this is Larry King, and they don't come any better than Neil Rogers.
Yeah. One thing about Larry, he may not be consistent, but he's sure full of crap, you know what?
That's for sure.
Yeah.
I just thought I'd let you know that.
Well, listen, he's got a check in the mail for you for this call.
Okay.
If you want to go play basketball tonight with the Bulls. See you, Sonny.
By the way, hello.
Yeah.
One thing.
Don't panic now. I'm still
if
here.
You don't, I took a couple calls on the show this morning about baseball. It came up because of the headlines. And other than you, which I think would be so astronomically revolutionary, you probably won't get the job.
That's right.
But somebody suggested Mel Allen. Wouldn't that be great?
Enough of the sucking.
Well, that would be great if Mel were still alive. You know, they have to prep him for 12 weeks before he tapes that This Week in Baseball. So if he were still alive, it would be great.
Well, good luck to you.
Thank you, Sonny.
Bye-bye.
See you later.
Bye.
Okay. 147. Oh, that Larry King, man, I tell you, he is a piece of...
and nothing to do with that.
Something. Okay, let's do our last break of the day here while we're still all in a good mood, and we'll be right back.
Yes.
Yes, sir. Yes.
I wanted to talk to you about
bridges,
About
cars,
what?
and boats that you talked about earlier.
About what?
Bridges, cars, and boats.
No, we're talking about bridges over the causeway, not the ones in your mouth.
I don't have any, my friend.
Okay.
Okay? Yeah.
Calm down, sir. Take a deep
fine
breath.
and dandy. Those are regulated by the United Corps of Engineers. You knew that, didn't you?
No.
Well, it is. All bridges over navigable waterways.
See, if I knew that, I wouldn't have been asking, see?
What's that?
I said if I knew the answer to the question, I wouldn't have asked it in the first place.
Okay, well, all I'm saying, sir, is that the United States Corps of Engineers are the ones that regulate bridges over navigable waterways.
Over what?
Navigable waterways.
Yes, sir. Okay.
Okay?
Yeah.
So it's up to them to decide what time
Yeah.
the bridges should not be open to the marine traffic.
Yes. And what time should they not be open to marine traffic, sir?
I'm telling you that they come up with the times.
Well, what is the time?
I believe it's at rush hour times, sir, that they are not open to marine traffic. Other than that, they are open to marine traffic.
So, in other words, any schlep with a boat can come along and back up traffic for 2 miles.
That is absolutely correct, sir.
Well, what kind of a communist bunch of crap is that?
That is not a communist bunch of crap, sir.
Sounds like some kind of Neanderthal fascist commie pinko
You've got
conspiracy
5,000
to me.
automobiles to one boat.
Right, exactly.
So the boat is going to stop for 5,000 cars? Is that it?
No, I think that 50,000 cars ought to stop for one jackass in his boat. I think that's what they ought to do.
Man, you better know your laws, mister, because you sure don't.
That's right.
I suppose you want the damn bridges closed to boat traffic in a hurricane, too.
I want the bridges closed, period, okay? I want them closed. I want the bridge tender to go home and watch MTV and get the hell out of our lives.
In other words,
I want those bridges closed. Let them use the Julia Tuttle, okay? Let them use the MacArthur Causeway. I think they ought to go on the George Washington Bridge and jump all the bridge tenders. How do you like that, sir?
Well, I don't know about you, but you sound like some stupid, idiotic jerk.